Just for fun, I went into Yahoo and I typed in Won-Buddhism. And I was really surprised because the result told me 7,810,000 pages. This tells us that Won-Buddhism is already deeply involved in the computer world, whether you even think that that's so or not. So I asked myself the question, suppose I turn to the words of Master Sote-san, and I ask, do his words have application to this new technology? Because that's where the world in many ways is living at this moment. The first thing that I looked at was his concept, cultivation of the mind. The second thing was of his four graces. He said the grace of brethren, that is community. The third was egoless service to the public.
그리고 세 번째는 그 원불교의
The next was all enterprises, all efforts are for the same purpose. The other is he discussed a worldwide marketplace. And the last thing was his words about the perfect circle. So I asked myself the question, can I apply these thoughts to the world of technology? For example, cultivation of the mind. Our problem today is not that we don't have enough information, we don't know how to manage our information. If we took all the information on the internet, it would be equal to the number of words found in 60 Library of Congresses. Millions and millions of books, basically. We must not test our children for how much they can remember. It's destructive. We must teach our children how to manage 60 Library of Congresses of information which is available to them. I guarantee you, no one can learn all the facts that are needed in the world today. No one. But our younger generation will be going into the internet and finding whatever answers they wish at that moment. I think that Master Sote-san, because he was a real innovator, he changed things. He would say, cultivation of the mind in the technological age means management of information, not memorization of information. So I think he would talk about cultivation of mind. The next issue that we are faced with is that everything in the computer is virtual. It's not on paper. It's just in there, but it has no physical presence for me. We have no rules, hardly yet. We have very few rules for how to use information which is invisible. We must teach people not to create viruses and put them into other people's computers. We must develop a whole system of ethics for internet information. We must figure out how to protect our children from having contacts on the internet that are potentially dangerous and destructive to them. You as leaders of Won-Buddhism must not turn your back on the digital and technological age. Whether we like it or not, our karma is to live in the age of digital technology. Since that's our karma, we must face it and we must address it. I've been deeply involved in working with the computer now for over 20 years. As a scholar, the first thing I have had to learn is you cannot do it alone. When I went to graduate school, I was taught, read your books in private, think your thoughts in private, write your paper in private, publish your paper under one name, your name. With the computer world, it must be a team of people working together. It means Sote-san's idea that we need the grace of the brethren is absolutely the case in the technological world. These are just a few of the people who have been my brethren working on computer projects, and I could not have done a single project without this community of brethren. So we must all work together. We must put together projects where the whole of Won-Buddhism becomes a community behind that project. And Sote-san said we need to have egoless service to the public. It is the case with internet. We should make our material free, easy to use, and remove from it any idea of controlling it and making it harder for people to have information. His idea of egoless service to the public is essential for the future of the internet. That's my website address if you would like to keep up with what I do, www.ecai.org. That's my homepage. This looks like a funny picture, but what Sote-san said was, everything is the image of the Buddha. The internet is the image of Buddha. We cannot exclude the digital realm from our concept of the Buddha or of Buddhism. And last, I don't have a picture of that, someone didn't get it in. There is no better example of the internet than the perfect circle. Everything is interrelated in the internet.
모든 것들은 상호 연관되어 있습니다. 인터넷을 통해서.
The internet does not go in a straight line. It goes in a perfect circle. Everything is interconnected. So the Buddhist idea of interconnectedness is precisely what the internet is built on. So my main point today is, I think Won-Buddhism has a very great deal to say to the internet technological age. For your young